Hello everyone, I am Marilu Binugas and this video is for educational purposes only. For this laboratory exercise, task 1, the objective is to understand the dataset and explain how it supports a business decision. I will explain the type of data, identify the forecasting target, and describe observable patterns and connected forecasts to a strategic goal. The provided dataset contains three attributes: year, month, and sales amount. Each record represents the total sales for a specific month. This dataset is classified as a time series data because, first, the data is recorded in a chronological order. Second, each value is associated with a specific point in time. And third, the observations are collected at regular monthly intervals. The forecasting target in this dataset is the sales amount. This is because sales amount is a numerical variable that changes over time and represents the business outcome we want to predict. The year and month columns only describe when the sales occurred, but they are not the values being forecasted. So therefore, the objective of forecasting is to estimate the future values of sales amount based on historical monthly patterns. Upon examining the dataset, an overall upward trend in sales can be observed. Sales generally increase from earlier months to later months, indicating business growth over time. There is also possibility of seasonality as similar months appear across different years. However, this cannot be confirmed strongly because the dataset contains 2 years of data. One limitation of this dataset that is provided is its small size. With only 12 observations, this may affect forecast accuracy, but it is still sufficient or demonstrating basic forecasting techniques. Sorry. Forecasting this data supports management in achieving strategic goals, such as budgeting and inventory planning. By predicting future sales, decision makers can estimate expected revenue, plan inventory levels, and allocate resources more effectively. This reduces uncertainty and allows management to make proactive, data driven decisions. In summary, for task 1, the dataset is time series data with sales amount as the forecasting target. Despite limitations, the data provides valuable insights that support strategic planning and decision making. For task 2, the goal is to choose the best forecasting method for the given sales data. I will first explain two possible forecasting methods, compare them, and then explain why one method is the best choice. The first forecasting method is the moving average. A moving average works by taking the average of the most recent sales values to predict future sales. This method is simple and works well when sales are stable and do not change too much over time. However, this dataset shows that sales are increasing. Because of this, the moving average may not show the growth clearly and may lag behind the actual trend. Forecasting method number 2, the one that I choose, is linear regression. The second forecasting looks at how sales change over time and creates a straight line that shows the overall direction of the data. This is useful when sales show a clear increase of or decrease over time. Since the sales in this dataset generally increase from month to month, linear regression is suitable for this data. Upon comparing the two methods, several factors were considered. In terms of data size, both methods can work with a small dataset like this one. In terms of complexity, the moving average is simpler, while linear regression is slightly more complex but still easy to understand. In terms of interpretability, linear regression is better because it clearly shows how sales increase over time. So the selected algorithm and justification is the linear regression was selected as the forecasting method. This is because the dataset shows a clear upward trend in sales, and linear regression captures this trend and provides a clearer picture of future growth. It also supports the strategic goal of budgeting and planning because it gives management a clear estimate of future sales instead of just an average of past values. So, in conclusion, while both methods are suitable for small datasets, linear regression is the better choice versus data because it reflects the sales growth and supports better decision making. Okay, in this part, I will present my forecasting analysis using the monthly sales data. The goal of this activity is to demonstrate how forecasting supports management decision making. The dataset contains monthly sales data for the years 2022 and 2023. It includes three columns: year, month, sales amount. The dataset is a time series dataset because sales are recorded over time on a monthly basis. So the forecasting target is analysis is sales amount. That is the introduction and summary. So to forecast future sales, I use the linear regression again because linear regression is a forecasting method that identifies the relationship between time and sales. Since the data shows a general upward trend, a linear regression is suitable for this because it models this trend and projects it into the future. In this model, time is treated as an independent variable while sales amount is the dependent variable. So we're, we're gonna need to add the time. Don't be confused, guys. We're not recomputing the this data set. We're just gonna need to add time because time use the linear regression cannot be used with using this January, February or March. These are text values variable, and in here this is the one, this is the time one, and then and two. Hala, di lang show it lang. As you can see, guys, this is necessary because again linear regression requires numeric values and these are text based. Months are text based. In Excel, okay, in this I use Excel. First, I calculated the slope using the slope function. So In Excel, using the Excel tool, I calculated the slope and intercept using the slope and intercept function. So these values were then used to compute the regression equation. And using the regression model, I forecasted the sales for the next 6 months. The slope is about 4,755 pesos. Sales increase by about 4K every month. If you compare it to the previous sales amount, it is higher than the previous sales amount. It increases roughly by 4,000. So this pattern is a steady increase. So in if every future month is higher than the last month, well then the increase is almost the same each time. Then sales are steadily increasing. So I describe the forecast as a steady increase because the regression model produces a straight upward line. The slope is positive, which means sales increase each month and forecasted values consistently. So the forecasted results provide valuable support for management decisions. Management can use this information for budgeting, inventory planning, and setting sales targets. By anticipating future sales, the organization can prepare resources in advance and reduce operational risk. So overall, forecasting helps transform historical data into actionable insights for strategic planning. In conclusion, linear regression was used to forecast future sales based on historical data. The results demonstrated how forecasting plays an important role in decision support and business planning. Thank you.